Funky. Hip hop.
Hey everybody, welcome back behind the bar with me this evening. It's been a bit since I recorded a video, a couple days. Decided it was the halftime of a pretty big basketball game, KU Kentucky, and I decided my nerves are shot, so let's review not one, but maybe a couple beers and see what we think. It's been a bit since we've done a battle beers here behind the bar. My setup's not great yet, but if you can tell, we're back with our killer technical setup of aluminum foil wrapped glasses. And move that down here. Yeah, I decided I wanted to do Battle Alchemist. I did a review of Focal Banger and loved it a couple days ago, or about over last weekend, I think, and decided I was sent by my buddy Geoff, the beer Jesus, was sent another can of Focal and a can of Heady Topper. And at the time I was like, man, do I like Focal Banger better than Heady Topper? I don't know. Let's see. Well, I know one's technically a double IPA, coming in at 8% ABV, and Heady Topper, the former #1 rated beer in the world. The other one, Focal Banger, coming in at 7%, so a percent difference in ABV. But both killer beers. I don't know if I'll be able to tell them apart. It's been a long time since I've actually had Heady Topper, and I hadn't reviewed it on this channel yet. So I figured this would be a fun way to do that. And I don't know what's showing up on camera here, so hopefully you guys can see the Heady Topper can there. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna dive in. These have been mixed up. These were poured blind, so I don't know what's what. But I've got A and I've got B, so I'm gonna dive in to A. I can't pour on a cam and can't do the whole what's it look like, so we'll just dive into what it smells like, and we'll just go from there. So Geoff, thanks again, buddy. This is going to be fun. Which is going to come out on top, guys? I don't know. Most people think Heady is better. So a lot of people think Focal Banger is better. I thought when I had it that I liked Focal Banger better, but it's been so long since I've had this, I don't know for sure. So we're going to find out. Let's see what happens, guys. I'm pretty excited. So letter A. Big fruits, tropical fruits, orange, some mango, a little bit of pineapple, but really just a ton of orange in this. Maybe some papaya. There is a little bit of a malt sweetness to it, but overall just a big juice bomb. Tons of oranges though. That's killer. God, what a great nose on this beer. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure which one it is. I thought I might be able to tell right away, but since I just had Focal like a couple days ago, but I don't know. Smells killer. Let's go ahead and jump over to letter B here. B, and we'll see what this one smells like. Oh, definitely a different nose on this one. It doesn't pop you in the face as much with like big citrus fruits like oranges and tangerines like this one does. This is more juicier, like mango, peach. Like the flesh of like an overripe peach. A little bit of malty sweetness, but not much. It smells a little subdued, but it's still got a huge deep fruit aroma to it though. It's just not when it's those like juicier fruits like overripe mangoes and peaches, it's that nose isn't as punch you in the face as like some of those like brighter like orange and things like that, which is what that one had. But for what they are and the hop differences, and I'll be honest, I don't know the hop differences between these two beers. I'm sure I could read it and find out, but it's a little bit more fun to go in blind. I never read much about beers, and even though I've reviewed them both, I still don't typically remember it. So yeah, no, both smell killer, but like I said, there is definitely some big differences there. There are definitely two different beers, and I'm not sure which one's which. So anyways, let's dive in. Let's try A, see what we think of the taste. Oh yeah, the orange and all that really carries over. Oranges, tangerines, kind of like that papaya, maybe a little bit of pineapple, not really, but not that tropical. But definitely big orange. I am getting some of the malt backbone of this beer though. So it's got a little bit more of a bitterness to it with that, and there's some bitterness, some dankness to this beer. But it's a big, full flavored beer. Good mouthfeel. killer, killer, killer beer. Wow, it's good. Jesus. We're all winners here tonight behind the bar. Wow, that's great. So good. Yeah, no, let's see what we got going on here. Let's try B. Cheers. Really similar in that this one's a little sweeter. Still getting that big peach, the mango. There is a little bit of orange to this one to me. There's definitely some bitterness and some dankness to this as well. I mean, not like to the extent of like a West Coast beer, but for a New England style beer, these definitely have some bitterness and some pininess to them. But big fruit juice forward beers. This is great, but this one's really similar in that I am getting some of the breadiness from the malt, just a little bit. But you can taste it more so than you do in Treehouse beers, which just, that comes across as a creaminess, whereas this, you can taste that, which is not a bad thing. I mean, a lot of beers, that's what they're supposed to be. And like Heady Topper for me was one of the first that really brought out the juiciness and the fruitfulness of hops. This one's, but sorry, what I was saying, that brought out that fruitiness and like that fruit punch forwardness, which is why it got to be so huge and was limited and hard to get and et cetera, et cetera. But it still had a kind of a malt backbone. You could still definitely taste it. Whereas now the New England style is just cream and juice, and you'll get some bitterness and some dankness, but no real malt bill to speak of. It's more of just a showcase for the hops. Like I said, this one's a little sweeter than this one. Whereas this one's a little bit more, I think, balanced. The sweetness of that one, it's not off-putting or anything like that, but it's almost like you taste the little bit. Let's say this first before I make my guess. These are both killer beers. You would be lucky to have either of them. I really don't know if I'm right. I have a theory on which one I think is which for one reason. I would give this one 100. This beer is friggin' killer. I love this. It is awesome. God awesome. And again, thank you, Geoff, buddy. This is fun to do, and I wouldn't be able to do it without you, so you're the man. Fuck me, guys. Like, seriously, I'm the winner. Like, I'm the winner. At the end of this, screw the beers, I won. Because this is awesome. So, this one is a little bit more balanced. The orange, I mean, the fruit elements of the hops, the juiciness, the brightness of the fruit aspects of this beer, orange, and everything I've talked about, going very well with the malt bill. Very balanced beer throughout, bitterness, dankness. It's frigging awesome. Whereas this one, and now I'm going to tell you, this one's much more peach forward, and it's sweeter. So I'm assuming that comes from two reasons. A, Heady Topper is a peach bomb. Typically, that's how I've always felt about it in the past. It's very peachy. That deep, dark, overripe juice from a peach. And the sweetness, I'm assuming, is from the little higher ABV. I don't know for sure. I could be wrong. But that's my assumption. If I was giving this a grade, it would be 99 out of 100. The only thing keeping it for 98, 99. That sweetness, when you've had them next to each other, is the only thing that's not, it's not off-putting. You just notice it. It adds an element to the beer that I wish kind of wasn't there. Because when you get bigger double IPAs now from a lot of other places, like a Main Dinner or something like that, they hide that alcohol very well. Whereas this one, it's not that it's not hidden, it's not an off-putting thing. You just notice it. That's all I'm saying. And it's not like a burn or anything like that. You just notice that sweetness. Yeah, but this is killer though. Me again, I'm the winner. So I would pick A over B. And I'm assuming this is focal. And I'm assuming this is Heady Topper. But I'm really nervous because I don't know for sure. So since we've got this here. Well, actually, I wouldn't even be able to really tell from the color of the beer. This one's a little, actually they look really, this one's got a touch more yellow to it. But I mean, look at that. I don't know if you can see. They look almost identical. There's a little more haze in this one. Both look killer though. So on my trusty answer key, A, which was the one here, is Focal and B is Heady. So I guessed correctly. And the winner of Battle Alchemist is Focal Banger. Which I didn't know if that would be, like I said, I hadn't had Heady in a long time. So for my channel as my first Heady Topper review, I'm going to go 99, I'll go 99 out of 100. 98, 99 right in there. And Focal's still going to be 100. It's a banger. I love it. It's fantastic. Alchemist, I'm pumped for your new brewery, or your new, I think brewery overall, to be opened here in months from now, so that this will be a little easier to get for everybody, so that everybody can enjoy these amazing, amazing beers. But guys, thanks so much for coming behind the bar with me. Thanks, Geoff, for providing the beers for this evening. And yeah, no, it's freaking killer. Focal Banger, Battle Alchemist, Focal Banger, TKO in the 11th. Probably not. Went to the cards. So, yeah, no, we'll leave it there, guys. So that's where we did behind the bar. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, like, please comment. That's great. That's how I'm meeting people and getting to know people in the beer community, and it's amazing. So let's keep that up. And until next time, guys. Cheers.